Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. Look at this here, please.
Bro, we in Costco right now, but we stuck in Dubai. We're in Dubai stuck.
Stephen Smith couldn't hide his shock at Floyd Mayweather after discovering he owned a mansion in Dubai. It has been one secret Floyd Mayweather has kept to himself despite loving to flaunt his properties, cars, and jewelries. Stephen Smith reported that the FBI found this out when they raided his homes in Las Vegas and Miami, where they saw documents that showed all his properties.
Which is why I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
It was then that more investigations began regarding this. The FBI contacted the Dubai authorities to make inquiries, and once this was confirmed, they prepared to raid and investigate his Dubai home. On his Stephen A. Smith show, the ESPN personality revealed that the Dubai mansion was like a refuge for Mayweather's criminal activities.
He's clearly enjoying his time in Dubai. Look at him overlooking the beautiful city and visiting the world's tallest skyscrapers while wearing a light $350,000 on his wrist. That is his factory iced out rose gold Richard Mille RM.
It was where he would often hide evidence of many of his shady deals and fraudulent activities. But that wasn't even all. The real essence of never talking about the mansion is as a result of the crimes he's involved in. It's in a bid to prepare himself for whatever might happen to him if he's eventually caught for his crimes.
I'm right here in Dubai, Pro Tennis Star, Luxury Rentals. Check them out. When you come to Dubai, top flight, follow me. We got everything. McLaren in different colors. Ferraris, Lambos, whatever you want.
Hence, it's an unknown place he could easily hide himself and his family members from the authorities in America. The federal agents checked one of the rooms and found so much evidence of Floyd's criminal cases, including all his lawsuits, documents, his illegal documents, showing his ownership of properties that do not belong to him, and fake dollars running into millions. Stephen A. Smith said, this is coupled with the hundreds of millions Floyd Mayweather owes in debt to individuals, organizations, and even other countries like Mexico. The witness also claimed Floyd's Dubai home was locked after two people in his home were handcuffed while the investigation was ongoing. Stephen A. then commented on this, saying they want him to probably come over there and reveal whatever he has hidden there and why the house had never been mentioned by him.
The investigation lingering into the night, with Miami police assisting, federal investigators bringing in the heavy artillery, spotted inside from across a canal, rummaging through items at the house, their boats still docked outside as they canvassed the property in full gear, guns drawn.
Whatever they did.
On what was found in the house, Stephen A. Smith reported, I was told from reliable sources that Floyd has crazy rooms in there, unfortunately. And what does he do there? My guy keeps fake dollar bills, illegal documents, fraudulent certificates, and evidence of his scam deals in there. Stephen A. Smith then made a shocking revelation about Floyd Mayweather's deals with individuals and companies, having gotten confirmations from those who had signed deals and contracts with him in the past.
Rolls-Royce, Bugatti, whatever you want. When you come to Dubai, it's the place to be. Check it out. Crazy colors. Come on, man. Live flashy like Floyd Mayweather. Rotating style.
Smith claimed a clause in Floyd Mayweather's transactions that only he must hold the copies of the deals and payments. He does this to maintain his shady deals and leave his scam deals untraceable. And once anyone outsmarts him and tries to get other copies or recordings, he would get off the deal and desist from them. As a result of this, Floyd Mayweather would always keep his illegal documents in the secret room that's now been exposed by the federal agents. On his channel, Stephen A. Smith added his voice to the underground voices that had been hunting at Floyd Mayweather's bankruptcy about Floyd Mayweather. There's been news regarding him going bankrupt, but what I can confirm is that a lot of deals linking to real estate are not what many think they are.
And so my mentality is I walk into work every day. Number one responsibility, how do I make us more money? Number two, how do I get some? That's my approach to business. The minute I walk in every single day, I'm unapologetic about it. It's not personal or anything like that. I am constantly trying to win because winning is
While
what's
fans and other news reporters weren't exactly clear on how Floyd Mayweather became bankrupt or what was really wrong with his finances, Stephen A. Smith let every cat out of the bag. I don't know why many believe what he says when his claims can't be backed up by facts and evidence. There's no real estate anywhere and no money anywhere. We'll never know how crazy it is because he has a way of covering it all up.
get his act together, and he didn't appreciate that. And he was so pissed off we went without talking, and it got to a point where a couple of my colleagues pulled me to the side and said, yo, man, you the beat writer for the
Not bad for a high school dropout.
According to a report from an anonymous witness, it was said that Floyd's house was raided to continue the investigation of the federal agents as regards the fraudulent properties he had been boasting about. They were able to recover some fake documents and ownership certificates of some of his properties. The main issue with Floyd is the amount of crazy debt he owes. The witness confirmed that Floyd was owing a huge amount in taxes. He was owing a lot of car dealers all across the country, and he was owing several jewelry and fashion stores.
Now I'm here to talk to the people about one of my jewelers. And it's not one of my new jewelers, one of my low-key jewelers, Tony, at Pasha in Manhattan Beach, California. You guys need to come check him out. Now today, let me show you guys what I purchased from Tony. Tony, matter of fact, I don't need to tell him, you tell him.
We got a little rose gold sky dweller, chocolate dial, 40 karat pear shape, 1 carat each, tennis bracelet, only for the best for the champ.
Now when you guys come here, if you want to hang
Also, he had fraudulently signed several contracts and endorsement deals running into heavy millions without fulfilling his side of the deal. The witness said Floyd owes a lot of money, and at this point, the only way to recover the funds is to seize some of his properties to get hold of the fake certificates he uses as collateral whenever he wants to get money. It was the same when they got to his Miami house. The federal agents had hoped to find him there, and when they didn't, they got into a furious search of the entire house. They were able to leave his house with some jewelries and documents, especially some important ones that they were sure he would come to them to request for in no time. However, not too long after his house was raided, there were reports and videos of him departing the United States in his private jet. His destination caused some controversy as he had misled many with an Instagram picture saying he was headed to China. However, after intense research, the federal agents got his travel location from the airport and figured he was headed to Dubai. Instead, the same city he had some controversy around this time last year. In a social media post where he shared multiple pictures at the airport and in his private jet, the former world champion tried to hide his location by making false claims about him getting paid in order to live it up when he's traveling abroad. Floyd used the caption to this post to detail how much coin was being dropped to attach his name to the excursion, which was an intentional plot to deceive fans and federal agents from getting his exact location.
today, we got 2 different numbers checking out. So go down here, look at the color up top. Time me to go big. Time me to go big. see you guys real later.
Here in Beijing, China, at the Great Wall of China, considered to be one of the greatest wonders of the world. It's always been on my list of places to see throughout my travels in life. However, timing is everything. Coming here with 23 people has been a great experience. And it doesn't hurt to get paid $3 million to simply visit and vacation here in luxury for a few days. With money this long, everything is different. I move differently, I dress differently, and I live differently because my money is extremely different. While it's not exactly clear what that amount of money is paying for. Overall, however, one thing is sure. After the findings from the Homeland Security agents, Floyd Mayweather is in Dubai, not China. In one of the
So, y'all gotta know the difference between a hack bag and
There's no telling how much the rest of his outfit cost. But in the case of Money Mayweather, he constantly tries to drive home a false narrative that cash is definitely not the issue with him. He's now round himself in serious trouble with the government and other organizations coupled with the huge debt he owes. And part of the measures he has put in place to pay up was to put one of his biggest mansions up for sale.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do...
In order to settle his court payment of $100 million, retired boxer Floyd Mayweather Jr. delivered a knockout sale of his enormous Florida mansion, offloading the Miami Beach estate for an eye-watering $22 million. The former fighter picked up the property in 2021 for $18 million, according to Realtor.com. So the seller most likely made a profit on the deal, which appears to have been conducted off-market.
I think that buying a home is a smart decision, but I think most people go about it the wrong way. Okay, you go and they qualify you for a mortgage, right? And you maximize the amount that you qualify for. That's not really the best way to go about it because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be buying a home that you can't afford. So what it ends up happening is that, yeah, it appreciates over the course of time, but you're not actually participating in that appreciation until you sell it or...
Recognition for a total of 45 hours so far. I know you indicated you may have additional community service work you want to present today.
I will do that at the next status check.
That's fine. He has fully complied with court orders. Mr. Mayweather, at this time, we will now be
if you have a HELOC or you're taking money out of your home, but most of the time people won't do that, right? So now you're getting into a situation where you bit off more than you can chew, and that is a recipe to go broke. So a lot of times people think that they're doing something intelligent by buying a home, but most Americans are buying homes that they can't afford.
So you got to take into consideration what your daily check is like, what your weekly, monthly check is like, and what the bills are going to cost you, because you could be house rich.
Slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.